look down at your wrist. Is your watch just a tool that tells you if you're running late, or is there something more hiding beneath the ticking hands and polished metal? Most people see a watch as a simple piece of jewelry. Some even think it's outdated now that our phones do everything. But that's not the whole story. A watch is a silent companion. It's there for every moment, big and small. The seconds it counts are the backdrop to our lives. Yet, there are secrets hiding in an ordinary wristwatch. Secrets about innovation, tradition, and the way the world keeps time. Few realize how a watch can change history. The right watch can start a revolution. It can topple old ideas. It can even unite the world under a single beat. Today, we'll uncover how a simple Seiko on your wrist is far more powerful than you think. This isn't just a story about watches. It's a story about vision, risk, and the power of human curiosity. When we check the time, we rarely think about what makes a watch special. Beneath the surface, watches are tiny marvels of engineering. Some are built to withstand deep oceans, others track time to a fraction of a second. Seiko, a name you may know, has driven some of the most important changes in watchmaking. The world's first quartz watch? That was Seiko. If you wear a watch today, there's a good chance it owes something to Seiko's innovations. So next time you glance at your wrist, remember, you're wearing the result of bold ideas. Seiko's story begins with a teenager and a dream. In 1881, Kentaro Hattori opened a small shop in Tokyo, selling and repairing clocks and watches. But Kentaro wanted more. He dreamed of making his own timepieces. He believed Japan could match Europe's quality. Despite few experts and little machinery, he pressed on. He started with simple, reliable wall clocks. Kentaro's journey would launch a brand the world would soon know: Seiko. As the 20th century began, wristwatches were rare. Most people still use pocket watches, especially in Japan. But times were changing. People wanted convenience, and Kentaro Hattori noticed this shift. In 1913, his company released a watch called the Laurel. This was Japan's first ever wristwatch. The Laurel wasn't flashy, but it was groundbreaking. It had a simple white face and a classic design. Kentaro's team made as many parts as they could themselves. What they couldn't make, they learned to make. Their hard work paid off. Soon, the Laurel became a symbol of Japanese craftsmanship. Building a wristwatch was much harder than building a wall clock. The parts were tiny. Everything had to be perfectly precise. But Seiko's engineers pushed through, learning new skills and pushing the limits of what was possible in Japan. The Laurel started a new chapter. It proved that Japanese watchmakers could do more than just follow. They could lead. This set the stage for even greater innovations in the years to come. The world of watches changed forever in 1969. That year, Seiko released the Astron. It was the first watch in the world powered by quartz technology, not by a winding spring. This new movement was, honestly, a game changer. Quartz watches were incredibly accurate, far more than any mechanical watch out there. The secret was a tiny piece of quartz crystal. When electricity passed through it, the crystal vibrated at a steady frequency. This kept time almost perfectly. Suddenly, watches could be more reliable, more affordable, and easier to maintain. The Astron was expensive at first, but it showed what was possible. People around the world were amazed. For centuries, Europe, especially Switzerland, had set the standard for fine watchmaking. Now, a Japanese company had made the most accurate watch in history. The rules of the game had changed overnight. The Astron wasn't just a new watch, it was a revolution. It showed that technology could make timekeeping better for everyone. Seiko's quartz technology sent shockwaves through the watch industry. Swiss brands known for their luxury mechanical watches suddenly faced a crisis. Their watches were beautiful but less accurate and honestly, far more expensive. Consumers started to question what they were paying for. The industry soon called this period the quartz crisis. Swiss watchmakers saw their sales drop. Many old companies closed their doors. Others had to rethink their approach just to survive. Suddenly, the world cared more about precision and innovation than about tradition alone. Seiko's quartz watches were not only accurate, but they could be made in large numbers. This meant more people could afford reliable watches. Seiko's commitment to quality didn't change, but their reach grew wider than ever. They democratized timekeeping. The world of watches would never be the same. Thanks to Seiko, wearing a watch was no longer a privilege of the wealthy. It became something for everyone. Seiko was never satisfied with just being affordable and reliable. They wanted to show the world that Japanese watches could also be luxurious. In 1960, they launched Grand Seiko. This wasn't an ordinary watch. It was built to the highest standards, with incredible attention to detail. Grand Seiko watches are made by master craftsmen. Every part is polished and assembled by hand. The designs are elegant, inspired by Japanese nature and culture. These watches are tested for accuracy and durability above and beyond industry standards. Collectors around the world now prize Grand Seiko for its unique beauty and innovation. Creating a luxury watch wasn't easy. Seiko had to develop new skills and technologies. They invented new polishing methods, new movements, and new ways of measuring time. Each Grand Seiko is a testament to what's possible when tradition meets passion. Today, Grand Seiko stands alongside the world's greatest luxury brands. It proves that excellence can come from anywhere, even a small Tokyo shop from 1881. Seiko never stopped innovating. Their engineers kept asking, how can we make watches even better? The answer led to some of the most unique technologies in watchmaking today. One example is the spring drive. This movement blends mechanical watchmaking with electronic precision. The result is a second hand that glides smoothly, measuring time with stunning accuracy. Seiko also pioneered solar watches. These timepieces use light, any light, to power themselves. No need for batteries or winding. They work almost anywhere, from the city to the mountains. Seiko's solar watches are reliable and environmentally friendly. In recent years, Seiko introduced GPS watches. These watches connect to satellites to automatically set the time no matter where you are on Earth. For travelers and adventurers, this is a game changer. Your watch is always correct, even if you cross oceans. Seiko's secret is simple. Combine tradition with new ideas. Their watches remind us that the future and the past can coexist, right on your wrist. Seiko's influence reaches far beyond Japan. Their innovations have shaped the entire watch world. Today, Seiko watches are sold in more than 150 countries. Collectors, athletes, and everyday people trust Seiko for their reliability and creativity. The company is also famous for its sports watches. Seiko made the first affordable diver's watch in 1965. It was tough enough for professionals, but accessible to everyone. Since then, Seiko has timed many Olympic Games and sporting events, helping athletes break world records. Seiko's story is one of resilience. They've faced challenges, changed with the times, and kept pushing forward. Their legacy is built on a simple promise: make watches that anyone can trust, no matter who they are or where they live. When you see a Seiko, you see a piece of global history. It's a reminder that innovation can come from anywhere and change everything. A Seiko is more than a watch. It's a story you can wear. Each model is a chapter in a journey that began in a tiny Tokyo shop. Every tick is a tribute to bold ideas, hard work, and a belief that time belongs to everyone. When you put on a Seiko, you wear the legacy of Kentaro Hattori's dream. You carry the spirit of invention that brought the Quartz Revolution and the artistry behind Grand Seiko. From solar power to GPS, each watch is a blend of old and new. So, next time you check the time, remember what's on your wrist. It's not just a tool, it's a symbol of progress, tradition, and the quiet power of innovation. Seiko's story proves that ordinary things can be secretly extraordinary. To wear a Seiko is to wear a piece of history, a reminder that the future is always ticking forward, right on your wrist.